Do you know what time it is? It's time for a mid-year review or a mid-year reset, whichever you prefer to call it. Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Michelle and I am a certified online business manager, and I kindly kick digital CEOs out of their back office so they can focus on more sales, more revenue, and my very favorite, more impact. So let's dive in today into a mid-year review or mid-year reset. Now, there's quite a bit of information that I've been seeing pop up in regards to YouTubes and blog posts, as well as some podcasts out there in this. So there's a wealth of information on how you could actually do a mid-year review. But I'm going to actually walk you through what I do in my business for mid-year review, as well as what I do with my clients as well when we conduct a mid-year review. So the first thing, and this is really the most important thing all, you need to schedule time in your calendar so that you can make sure that you're actually dedicating the needed time to it that you can. So I suggest you either block out 60 to 90 minutes, whichever you prefer, or block out 90 minutes and be super excited if you have extra time in your day. Okay, so go ahead, you can pause this and block some time out in your schedule. Great. Make sure you drop the link to this YouTube video so that you have this as a walkthrough. Okay, so what's the next thing we need to do? I want you to go ahead and we're going to look at your this year's goals. So what did you set at the beginning of the year for your goals? How are they now? Or like are they on track? Do you still feel in alignment with those goals? Do you feel a little bit off those goals? Do you need to readjust them at all? This is the perfect time to do this. As we grow and mature in our businesses, sometimes the things that we set for our goals 6 months ago are not quite the things that we actually want to hit in our business now. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that will run on an actual 90-day schedule or a 12-week schedule versus having a whole year or a 6-month schedule. And that's okay. We can have that whole year or a 6-month or however it works best for you, but just make sure you're taking the time to do a reset and look at those different goals and make sure that you still feel in alignment with them. Okay, so now you have all your goals covered. So what's the next thing we should do? Well, yay, let's celebrate all those wins. So if you're not tracking your wins, you need to be doing this either in a jar or a journal, however it be. I actually started doing it in a daily journal as part of the Notion Mastery course. Yeah, it's a course, I would say that, but it actually is full of fabulous templates in there to be able to use in Notion. And I love the journaling part of it because it asks every single day what my wins were, what I'm celebrating, what I'm grateful for, my lows, something that I could have done better in the day. So I keep track of that, and then it rolls it all up into a weekly report and a monthly report. So I can just see all of that information at a glance in one special spot, so I can see like where I'm struggling, like if I have a certain month where I'm feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or maybe I have a month where I put down that I'm happy every single day and feeling super productive. So that's one way to do it, is have it electronically where you can just view all of it, or you can simply have a journal or a success jar, which I have a success jar as well, where I just jot down little notes and toss it in the jar so that I can pull them out when I need to celebrate something that's going on in my business. So let's take some time right now to celebrate the wins that you've gotten this year, because it's really important that we do that. Okay, so what's the next thing we need to do? We need to do a mid-year audit of our numbers. And when I say numbers, I'm not necessarily just meaning your financial numbers, because we absolutely want to look at where we are for our gross revenue, if we're staying on track with our budget for our costs and expenses, as well as how much are you actually paying yourself? Are you paying yourself the amount that you had budgeted for? Are you not paying yourself at all? These are all the things that you want to take a look at. And then the next thing we're going to look at is your marketing numbers. So what's going on in your business as far as your marketing numbers? And some of the things that you can look at is on your website. What are the actual pages that people are viewing and the number of page views that you've gotten? Where's your traffic coming from? Like, note down where your traffic is coming from. And if you're keeping a CEO report every week, then this information will be pretty easy for you to be able to pull out and actually see where all of these different numbers are coming from. Again, this is something that I keep track of in Notion, but I also do have a Google spreadsheet as well that keeps track of all my numbers, my financial numbers that are out there, so that it's all in one spot. My Notion is just more like a little snapshot to look at them that way. So those are the things you need to look at. Like, what's your website? What's your email marketing? Like, how well is your email marketing going? If that's something you're focused on, which you should be, by the way. You should be focused on your email marketing because you don't own your social media accounts. But anyways, how many people have grown on your email list? I mean, is it growing a lot? Is it a little? Do you need to start putting a push to it? How could you be getting better email growth by maybe promoting it on your social media? Those different things. Do you need to come up with a different lead magnet? Was it really good to begin with and now it's maybe needs to be refreshed a little bit or in alignment with what your ideal client would be looking for? So that's just a few ideas. And then your open rates. What are the open rates on your actual newsletters that you're sending out, or the information that you're sending out to your list in regards to okay, words are really hard right now. So what is the open rate in the emails that you're sending out to your list? How about that? And do you have any click-through rates on those emails? So do you have them clicking to different blog posts or information or promotions that you have going on or different information? So what's your click-through rate for people? Are they actually engaging in your content? And then speaking of engagement, that's another thing to look at on your social media. So to me, I'm not so necessarily caught up in the number of followers I have. I'm more going to look at the actual engagement number for social media. So how many people are actually engaging in the content? So are they watching it? Are they not watching it if you're doing stories or reels or something along that lines? And for your posts, are you getting comments and likes and that type of thing? So just go ahead and take a step back and look at what you have going on in your social media. And then the next thing I want you to do for your social media is run that report in there where it talks about your content for the last 6 months. What was something that had the best engagement and what was something that had your least engagement? And then go through and see if you can figure out in your plan over the next couple of months how you can get more content like that in your content calendar for your social media so that you make sure that you're getting those higher engagement rates and you're providing information that people actually want to see and read as well in your social media. So there's just a couple pieces there that you may want to focus on for your overall review. So what are some of the areas that you would want to focus on as you would go through and do a reflect on your past 6 months? I mean, there's got to be things in there or key takeaways that you have. Did you meet your goals? That was a question I asked right away. So did you actually meet any of the goals that you've set for your business? If not, why? Why did you miss it? Is it something that just doesn't feel in alignment with you anymore? So those are all the things that you want to actually think about and reflect on so that you know exactly where you want to go. And then, of course, the last step when you do your review, your reset, is schedule out your next 90 days, your next 6 months, however you want to tackle it. So go through and set some new goals if you feel like you need to have some new goals. And then also make sure you're actually laying out a plan for you to reach those goals over the course of the next 90 to 6 months, whatever it would be. So the best way that you can actually hit a goal is by taking actual action towards it? And then if you're not able to actually take that action, do you need to hire somebody to help you take that action so that it's actually getting done? So I welcome any comments that you have, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.